This is Norb Brumbergs, part of the leadership team here at Applexus. This is the second in my series, 3 Things to Do when starting an S4 program. Today, I will talk about building your roadmap. Many consultants will talk to you about Brownfield versus Greenfield, but that is very short-sighted and does not really get you to the goal of a value-driven digital transformation. At Applexus, we've developed something we call the RunWay approach to digital transformation. We start with evaluating your current organization and landscape on these criteria. 1, complexity of the current landscape. 2, adaptability to change. And 3, risk aversion during the transformation process. Then we align it with your case for change. Assessments of your current processes, data, application architecture, custom code, and infrastructure will provide an understanding of how complex your current landscape is. The more complex, the more likely you will need to begin with some cleanup activities or a back to basics approach, starting with industry best practices. An assessment of your people and organization will determine if your organization will be able to adapt to a brand new solution, or if there will need to be extensive modifications to align with how they are used to doing things. The key will be to limit changes to those that are supported by the case for change that we discussed last time. Your company's position in the market, current business conditions, along with a people assessment, will determine how much risk your company is willing to take. This input will drive much of the approach taken in your roadmap to balance risk mitigation with time and cost. If risk aversion is high, check out my CPIN video I did earlier. Evaluation of these 3 criteria does not result in a binary yes or no. Each has a sliding scale and may be weighted differently. This is why the binary Brownfield versus Greenfield just doesn't work. If you're adaptable, okay with some risk, and your landscape is ripe for simplification, then you will want to consider a roadmap generally based on our fresh start approach. Your early projects will focus on building a brand new solution without the baggage of legacy. If your landscape is relatively straightforward, your organization is resistant to change and has a moderate risk aversion, you may want to focus on our Jumpstart approach, which is focused on getting you to the S/4HANA platform as quickly as possible. Then, over time, your roadmap will include smaller projects to further optimize your processes. Our third approach, Clean Start, is sort of a compromise to reduce risk and mitigate resistance to change, so the focus is on cleaning and/or simplifying your landscape before you make what turns into a more simple migration to S/4HANA. I can't emphasize enough that every company is going to be different. Cost and time pressures can significantly influence your roadmap approach. A proper set of assessments by Applexus will provide the input to create a roadmap to transition to SAP S/4HANA in the best way for your company. I'll see you next time when I talk about people.